My name is Marvin XFiles, and today I will be doing a movie review, and this movie review is called The Miller Girl or either Miller Girl. This is with Jenna Ortega and Martin Freeman. They are the stars of this movie, and it's by Lionsgate. And I want to say this movie, I was hyped for it. But as I was watching it, things happen. It start to tumble down. Now, this movie is about a creative writer who tries to teach his student, and they end up having complications, and it's like a romance thing. And my gosh, I must say, man, Gina Ortega, man, she's being forced to play these dark characters, this dark goth characters, and up in this, she fell short, man. I didn't like her up in this movie. I didn't like anybody. Their talent, it was a waste up in this movie. I didn't appreciate, and they could have cast anybody, and they casted two well-known names up in Hollywood, and for what? For what? And then I didn't like any of the cast. I didn't like anybody that was casted up in this movie. I did not like. This it's a bootleg of American Beauty. It's a bootleg of it. It had dark elements at times. It was it has some type of intimacy, but it didn't take it far. It never showed anything. So I'm like, okay, if this movie is about to be labeled a rated R movie, it needs to take it there. It needs to take it to its limits. It should not be no barrier. I did not like that about its movie. It was a barrier. Like, come on, man, make it a rated R movie. Don't hold back. Don't hold back your true potential. I did not like that about this movie, and it's supposed to be some type of horror. No, it's supposed to be a thriller comedy, but this movie was not funny. It didn't have any comedy elements up in it. I didn't laugh whatsoever. It had a dark, gloomy tone to it at times. Um, it felt like as if that it needed more, and the characters, I didn't know these characters at all. I didn't know. I mean, I understood their purpose. You had the teachers, and you had the students, and then and you had Gina Ortega character, kind of being a manipulative woman and planting seeds up in the teacher's head. But that this story, Jade Burlett, she did a bad job at this. And we have a female writer and a female screenplay, and it's the same person, man. Jada Burlett, Barlett, and she didn't do a great job at this. It could have been something amazing and dark and beautiful if they would have had Tim Burton up in this. Tim Burton, he would have knocked this out of the park. But this woman didn't do a good job, and it got some good parts at times, but it wasn't enough to save this movie. Like, I didn't know what the heck was going on, man. I was expecting something good. Gina Ortega. Hold on, Gina Ortega. Yeah. She was up in this, and I had hypes. We had the dark elements all up in the trailers, but this was a miss, man. It did not hit the target whatsoever. It did not. It did not, man. It did not. A freaking student falling in love with the teacher. Like, they could have set it up a little bit better. They could have set it up just a little bit better. Had more of how I didn't understand Gina Ortega Cairo change up in this film. Like I was like, where did that come from? She's so out of character. I didn't even get that from her. And like, what took her to this point is to be this type of character. I didn't understand that part. I didn't. And I just felt that if that this movie, it could have been good. It had potential, but the writer has stunk up the whole joint. It was the writing. It could have been done a little bit better in the characters, man. And it had some coach up in this, and it had these characters who was useless, who didn't have a purpose like that. If I have to, if I have to like a person, I would say it was a Cairo friend of Gina Ortega. Now, I liked her because of how, and she was a pure like a fast girl, man, and I liked it. She tried to be funny at times, but it was more of a sexy type of way. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, but far as her importance up in the story, it didn't have any. Um, this it was a complete miss. I was expecting a lot more from this movie with Gina Ortega, and she's been killing it, and she's also up in Beetlejuice. But I can't blame them. I blame the writer. The writer, Jada Burlett, she didn't do good, man. I blame her. She is the centerpiece of why this movie was not good. I felt as if at times it could have been good, but that first act, it was kind of slow paced. It was like, okay, I understand. He is your mentor. He is supposed to coach you, and he's a literature teacher. So I was like, okay, cool. I understand where this is going, but waste of star talent up in this. And if I have to give this movie a grade, I would give it D plus. This movie gets a D plus. I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Me, I do not recommend this movie. I repeat, I do not recommend this movie. And this was my first movie of 2024. This was my first movie, and like it felt short. It felt very short, man. I love Jenna Ortega, man. She's a baddie. I like how she looks. I like everything about her in the goth look. I love it, but up in this film, it didn't do her no justice, and she already adopted the darkness, and still it wasn't enough. So, yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. Me, I do not recommend this movie. Do not watch it. Skip it. Catch it on Max or Netflix. Do not go out and spend your hard-earned cash. My name is Marvin XFiles. Two fingers. Peace out.